I recently came across this beautiful navigation bar and I got inspired to recreate it using Webflow and GSAP. In this video, I wanted to share how I did it to hopefully inspire some of you guys to try it out on your own. I'll begin by showing this page structure in Webflow and then I'll move on to the GSAP code. So if you want to skip ahead, I'll leave a timestamp in the description down below. Okay, so here in Webflow, I have everything inside of a page wrapper, and in the main wrapper, we have our navigation and our hero component. Our hero just houses the content, this background image, the title, and the call to action button. The navigation, however, is position fixed. That way, when you scroll, the navigation bar will be always there. And inside of the navigation, we have a nav bar, which is here, visible, and a nav menu wrapper. And this one is display hidden because we want to display flex it whenever we click on this toggle button, as you'll see in the animation portion of this video. Okay, so the structure for this menu, Bento Box, is two individual divs. Here, one left, named menu main, and one to the right, named menu side. Then in each div, I created 3 divs, one for the top, one for the middle, and bottom content. Same thing for the right, one top, one middle, and one bottom, which here we have a call to action, we have the image, and then we have the top links, and that's the simple structure. Now, a quick note, the main menu, the menu to the left, spans a width of 65%, and the menu to the right spans 40%. This obviously does not equal to 100, but the reason why I did this was so the image can be in the background. That way, when it curves here, we have a bit of the image here popping onto the side. Otherwise, we'll be able to see the background, which wouldn't be ideal. Now let's move on to the animation and how this works. Okay, so now let's take a look at the animation itself and the code. So first off, this is the actual website. Here we have the smooth transition between the navigation and the hero. And this is mine. As you can see, it's quite similar and I really like it. One thing, this little menu button keeps disappearing and I didn't really bother to fix it right now. Okay, so moving on to the code. Here, I'm using a code sandbox simply because it's the easiest way to integrate code and write code into a Webflow website. If you need help integrating a code sandbox, I'll leave a video down below that can help you with that. Okay, so like I said, I am using GSAP, so you'll want to paste in the source tag for GSAP before your code sandbox in order for this to work. Okay, so walking through the code here, I'm using jQuery just for a cleaner syntax to target all of the elements, the nav menu, nav bar, all of them. Here, I'm also defining some constants for the easing and the duration. This allows the animation to look smooth and in sync. We'll begin by creating a GSAP timeline and pausing it by default. That way, no animation plays. Now, to our timeline, we'll begin by creating a set animation to the navigation menu and displaying it flex. Since this was originally display hidden, giving it a display of flex will make it appear. Then for our main menu div, we'll create a from animation. A from animation in GSAP is created by defining a state that you want to animate from, and GSAP will animate it to its original position that you set in Webflow. And we'll give this animation our ease function and our duration, both set at the beginning. And this little syntax means that the animation should be synchronized with all of them. Now for our top portion of the main container, we'll create another from animation, this time originally stating that they should appear from a negative y of 200% and the same duration in ease also at the same time. Now the main navigation links should be from a x of negative 60%, and we'll give them a custom ease function just because they animate differently from the rest of the elements. Also, we'll give a stagger property. That way they stagger and they don't come in all at the same time. Now, same thing for the links on the right side. We'll set them to start from a negative y of 100. For the image, we'll set its width to be 0 at the start. That way it'll animate to a width of 100%, which is already in Webflow. Now for the call to action, we'll create an animation to animate it from a Y of 200% to its original location. Now, in order to avoid creating more references like we did on the top, for small elements like the p tag and the anchor tag, we can use the jQuery find, and we'll find the first p tag inside menu call to action. And then we'll create another from animation, set its original position to Y of 40%. And here we want it to come in at 0.3 seconds after the animation has started. Same thing with the button inside of the call to action. And here for all of the small links in the main container, we'll also avoid creating another reference, and we'll just find the class name of text link, set an animation from Y of 60%. We'll give them the same ease, a stagger of 0.1, so each child staggers. And we'll also set this animation to begin at the same time. Now finally, we can set the menu button to have a click function that will play the timeline. If the progress is equal to 0, that means the animation has not started, and then reverse it if the animation progress is greater than 0. And that is it. That's all the code. Super easy and simple way to create a beautiful animation. The code and the clonable for this tutorial will be in my website, and I'll leave a link down in the description. So if you want to go check it out and try it for yourself, I highly encourage you. As you can see, it's super easy to create animations like these, and it's something I genuinely like doing. So if you want to see more videos like these, subscribe and leave a like. Thanks for watching.